All right. It's time. You gonna run a buzzer beater, James?
Well, may have made a little mistake there.
Oh,
but,
yeah, that's
don't
all
worry
right.
about that.
Yep. I always like the buzzer beaters. You guys,
I couldn't find one this last week.
sometimes we do this kind of on a wing and a prayer, and I don't know a lot of things that Zach and James got going on behind the scenes. So, I mean, I'm down with the buzzer beater if you got one, but
could not
I
find
love them. All right, today just released today, and happy Valentine's, all you suckers out there. I'm sorry, lovers. And yes, I am happily married.
Right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, top 25 coaches poll came out today, and that's always a lot of fun. And so today we'll review that and put it up against our new weekly, not a poll, but ranking, and tell you why the coaches got it wrong, I guess. And I don't know. There's some similarities between ours and theirs. I don't know if anybody else is actually doing a ranking out there. If you are, you should tag us in your post or send it to us somehow. And I'd like to see what you guys think as well. But there is quite a bit of difference, I think. We're coming down to the short rows, as they say, in good old tobacco country. At least that's what they used to say where I grew up. You're almost finished. And this is the time where teams need to be peaking, starting their peak and really, winning a lot, getting good wins and avoiding bad losses. So let's see. We can run over who's winning good and who's losing badly. And when I say badly, not by how many points, but not winning the games they should be winning.
So a lot of
what do you think,
upsets in NAIA
James?
basketball.
Yeah, go ahead, Zach. What did you say?
I said there's a lot of upsets in NAIA basketball.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a table turn. It's like,
It doesn't look like the teams
twist.
that we think are the best are taking the upsets.
Right.
Langston. I mean, man,
Right.
they got that anomaly loss against Sagu. They still have
They did
Sagu
bounce
ranked
back,
at
though.
25. I don't know if I could keep Sagu at 25. I just I don't think so. Not after taking a loss to Oklahoma City University
Oklahoma City.
in the Sooner. And I know everybody that loves the Sooner. And I think highly of the Sooner, actually. But I don't think OCU is going to make it in the conference tournament. They only take the top 8. So there's 12 teams in the Sooner. Only 8 go to. Are they the only conference that does that? I don't know. If you know, you let us know. But I know that the Sooner for sure only takes the top 8. I don't know why you wouldn't just buy the top 4, and
right
do a
under
first round. I guess that creates
Oh, I
a
see.
weird
If there's
number.
more than 8, you mean?
Yeah.
Because I know some conferences, they used to do that where they would make it so that there would be 8. So like the opening round, if it's have more than 8,
Yeah, just play.
they would all
in.
play each other to play in to the top 8.
Yeah,
and
I
then
kind of
it's
like that
straight
feeling
through.
better.
I
It
think
gives
there weren't enough
everybody a
upsets to
chance.
make it worth the time, I think. That's the only
You're
reason
saying
I can
there's
think.
not
I'm saying when they
enough
did that, there
upsets?
must not have been, because if you just kind of like, okay, so in those kind of formats, let's say you got 12 teams, right?
Yeah.
You would do 5 versus 12, 6 versus 11, and then you'd move into the top 4 get the first round bye, if you will. But I guess there was too much. 5 just kept pounding 12, 4 or 6
Yep.
kept destroying 11, and then they finally went, Why not just let the top?
I don't
eight-
know.
it gives you
just like
a
the
reason to
chance.
win in the regular season, so that you're not
True.
just like, well, everyone gets to go in. So, and
I like it.
and
Yep.
then there's
I like
the
that too.
conferences only the conference tournament champion and runner up go. I don't have it with me, but I know there are some conferences that they put all the weight on the tournament. So
Yeah,
by
now
not
that would make more
qualifying
sense.
for the tournament, that
Yep.
is kind of how they keep it.
I do like
They
that
reward
idea.
both. Good
That it gives the season just a little more edge,
Right.
little more. Man, let's go get wins, and
Yeah.
and then not try to get a lucky run. I guess. I'm for that.
I'm guessing you're referring to last season.
Oh,
Well, I was talking about conference wise.
easy
Well,
research,
you
Zach.
can't say that out loud, Zach. You know, people won't like me if I say College of Idaho. It was a fluke, but
National champion, straight run through the tournament.
yeah.
Only
Well,
one close. Well, I don't know. I guess Indiana Tech was kind of close, but
no, not one.
They-
There was multiple.
Ottawa is the one I'm thinking of. But
Well, even the championship game with Indiana Tech.
that was close. Yeah.
I mean,
But they won. They went and beat. They
won.
beat them.
Okay.
So you have to score one more than the other team, and that's what they did.
Bro, and that opens up the can of worms that I think makes the NAIA live. It makes it go is that anybody can win, and there is no tournament that I know of in the collegiate or non-pro ranks that you go, okay, the tournament is built for the best team to win. Idealistically, I think we like the thought of that, but and that's why you get a lot of naysayers that go, well, Grace is 24-0. Yeah, they can't win it all. They're going to get stomped in the tournament, and I mean, history is not on the side of the undefeated team going to the final tournament, right? So.
Not really.
I don't know of a sport where that really holds up. By the way, here's a trivia question.
Football.
Even in football.
I
No,
mean,
even
Michigan
in
just
football.
did it.
Who?
Michigan was a top-ranked team for 2 years.
Well, I was saying they're undefeated.
No, that's a
Made
good
the
point.
straight run. I mean, you see
I'm
that
just saying
sometimes.
that is more
Yeah,
of the
LSU
exception,
done
not
it
the rule.
before.
Like you can remember the ones that do it every now and then.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's go back to NAIA. I know you love football,
Yeah.
James,
Yeah. Well,
but here's the deal.
football
And
season's
of
over
course,
now.
Zach,
So,
if you
whatever.
guys didn't know, Zach was just an all-world linebacker in
Yeah.
college. So here, and so it's hard to keep him focused. Hey, over here, stop talking football. But NAIA, what team is the only team to have ever gone undefeated? So we can make this a trivia question. Like this, I'm springing this on you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've talked about this, right? Please tell me.
No.
We didn't talk about this last show, did
No.
we?
No.
Okay.
No.
So there's only one team in the history of NAIA, and we did all the fact checking that NAIA would let us do, and then when I say let us, like that they have available. There's a lot of stats out there, but it didn't look like that. We could see any conflicting information, so that's why we're pretty confident in this. Is only one undefeated team from the running the table and then actually running through and winning the tournament. Do you know what team that is? Well, I'll tell you later. So we'll give
Give them time to
maybe
think.
put that in
Put
a
in the live
box
chat
somewhere.
if you guys watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, just put it in a box somewhere, I guess. But we're kind of on pace for that to happen again. And will Grace be the one to do it? So it's rare. So the odds are against Grace. Just historical odds
Mm-hmm.
say that it can't be done. I forget what number or championship this is, and NAIA has evolved so much, but it
Been doing
is
it a
it
while.
is like a one, maybe slightly over 1% chance.
86th annual men's basketball national championship.
There you go. So just barely 1% over 1%.
But you're saying if Grace does it this year, which you are very much on the record saying that, you're talking about two
I'd
times
say they
in
will.
82 times in 86 years. Pretty low odds.
There you go.
Pretty low. That's
That's a hard thing to do. It's hard to do.
Over decades and wars and all the many things that happen over time, right? Like 86 years, you're going back there, and to have it only happen twice. It's kind of what makes the NAIA fun, though, right? Like, it's just you don't know who's going to overcome the adversity, especially at the end of the season.
Absolutely, it does.
But Grace will ruin it this year because they're just gonna to get bulldozer out and just flatten everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little bit later, after we just kind of run through this coaches poll and our poll, our rankings, we're going to build a super team. A team, only 5. So 5. Yeah. And this will be a good exercise for everyone else to see who you would put together. So I'm gonna tease it right here. We're going to put together a starting 5 to beat Grace.
Yes.
So you can't have any player from Grace. You can't pick any player, but you have the rest of the field, and it's you got to pick like a point guard needs to be a point guard. Yeah. Shooting guard needs to be shooting guard. You can't.
So you can't just pick a guy, move him over because you.
Yeah, you can't just pick 4 power forwards and make it line up like positionally. Common sense prevails there, I guess. So we'll hit that in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's hit the poll. All right. Grace Langston. I don't have a problem with it. College of Idaho. Although do you have a side by side of ours and theirs?
Let's do it.
Let's get it up there. Come on, man.
Whoops, no.
Let's go.
There we go. All right. Side by side.
All right. So I have no problem with Grace Langston. We have Grace Indiana Wesleyan. All right, let me just run through it. I hit it last week, but Indiana Wesleyan has 2 of those 3 losses are to Grace. The last one was not pretty, the 27-point loss to Grace. Grace is starting to peak. Believe it or not, they have not been playing peak basketball until just most recently. I think they're starting to get their game face on for tournament. So I say Indiana Wesleyan is really, really tough. They're long. They're going to be hard. But picking Langston and Indiana Wesleyan in the 2-3 spot, just as easy go with Langston too. So I don't have a problem with the coaches poll going Grace Langston. No way would I have College of Idaho at 3. I even believe Oklahoma Wesleyan beats College of Idaho. Cumberland's, definitely beats College of Idaho. Indiana Wesleyan, of course.
Cumberland's beats College of Idaho. You said that. Did you just say that's a done deal?
Oh,
I hear you say that.
That's a 100 right there. That's a 100.
Oh.
Yeah. But unfortunately, when you get the top ranking and you get kind of home field advantage, and then you have to kind of figure out who can go where, it's not as clean as the numbers work out. College of Idaho got a really cupcake bracket last year. Do with that whatever you will, but that is the reality of it.
All right.
As
College of Idaho with
like they got to go
cupcake run.
Like Red River and Gulf Coast. I mean, come on. like
I mean,
for
they
real.
had two in the first two
And
rounds.
then
No, second, third.
you finally hit a team
Second,
like
third, yeah.
OUAZ, who is mid-pack, and Golden State, who's not
Beat by
very
one.
strong.
One.
You got
And
that. Hold it.
and then
Let's put,
they barely
that-
like it took a referee to edge out OUAZ.
So you're saying they had College of Idaho won the national championship on a
Yeah.
cupcake run.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were the number 1 overall seed, though.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
that's
supposed to
unfortunate.
have the easiest run. That's the
Yeah,
whole
that's
point of
unfortunate.
winning your regular season.
Yeah.
Having all the coaches and whoever's on the committee
Again.
put you at the top is you have the easiest run. That's how it's
Whatever.
supposed to
We
work.
know Coach's poll is a little bit fake. So,
Well, the ARC rankings, whatever they used, the committee said this is the number 1 seed. Put them here. Or at the very
Whatever.
least, there are a number
Whatever.
1. I don't know if
It was
they're. I
wrong.
think they're overall number 1. But
it was wrong. I mean, but they did, I guess. The argument is they did what they had to do, I guess.
I can't fault them for that.
Well, I'm not
I mean,
faulting, but I'm just like, stick them in any other bracket. They're done. Stick them in
Whoa,
any
hold on,
other bracket.
Wait.
they're done.
You're saying any other of the 4
Yeah, they
brackets?
do not win. They do not
They don't
win
win
in
at
the
all,
other
or they
three
don't make it
brackets.
to like
Doesn't
the
matter.
championship game. Like how
Well,
far?
they won't make it to championship game, but yeah, they definitely.
This was
wouldn't
the
win.
only bracket they could make it.
That
to
was
the
the only
championship
one.
game.
That was the only one. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
And
what?
yeah, and
That's a hot take.
I can tell you that well,
I mean, what
Most
about
would
Ottawa
agree.
was the 7 seed out
Most would
of
agree.
the Kramer. That
Most
that,
will
that
not say
bracket
it
was
out
the one that
loud,
was
but-
blown up. The Kramer one was the one that anyone who's done brackets knows that one of the 4 is always just going to be a disaster. Doesn't matter how much you do the analyzing. Kramer blew up. Ottawa makes it. They were hot, red hot last season, right? They make the run. You're saying College of Idaho doesn't get out of that bracket?
no, there's no other bracket that they could have won that with. No, whatever.
I mean, they beat Ottawa.
That's water under the bridge, bro. I mean, they're the reigning national champs, and that is what gives life to this tournament,
Oh my goodness.
and gives everybody a little bit of hope.
Oh
and
my goodness.
look, I'm not saying College of Idaho is bad. They don't.
I
don't,
understand
like,
that. I understand that.
I'm not saying they're bad. They're just not that good. They had to get the perfect run, and then a couple calls on top.
All right.
So
All right.
it is what it is.
All right. Quick thing before we go back to the poll. We got a Matt O'Brien, Southwestern head coach. Said, thanks for all the great NAIA
Man,
coverage.
yeah.
Thanks for watching, Coach Matt.
Southwestern's having a great year,
Yeah.
and they should be extremely proud of what they're doing. They almost pulled it out against Oklahoma Wesleyan for the second time. They had ball in hand, and you always. I mean, that's where you want to be. You play to be there. Coach Boswick narrowly escaped out of that one.
Barely.
And he keeps that that 5 intact for us. I think he's 4. Am I right in coaches?
In
Coach's poll? Is he 4?
Yeah, he's 4.
He's
4.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
there it is. There it is. And so Southwestern at 9. Yeah, there you go. We moved them down just a little bit because I think there's some numbers disparity in the conference. So we're not giving KCAC as much strength as we would some of the other conferences. Now they are definitely top third.
Well,
of,
and we're
of
giving
the
credit to
NAIA,
Point
maybe
Park
even a little higher.
having fewer losses and a higher CSPI as far as just a rating. So
Yeah,
they get bumped up a little.
yeah.
But it's close.
That would
It's
be a
been
really
2
good
spots.
game. Point Park Southwestern. I'd like to
That
see
would. That'd be
that.
a great tournament game.
Yeah. But it's 2 different, really stylistically, 2 different looks at the game.
Yeah.
So, and
sure.
at the NAIA level, it would like the contrast would be obvious.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at ours.
yeah, I'm looking at
so
ours right
yeah,
now.
we moved off of
We-
Southwestern just a little bit, but
We did.
it's still
Well,
very,
we had
very
to,
good.
We had to move Lords down, but beneath Madonna.
Obviously. I mean,
Madonna is just
I personally
red hot
think we
right
have
now.
Lords a little too high.
Ooh.
This is and for all of the
But they got 3 losses. I mean, only 3. That's it. I mean, how far?
Yeah. What
I
have you
mean,
done for me lately? So there's some recency bias in the
is.
drop.
There is. I mean,
Which needs to be. This is basketball coming down to the short rows to the end of the season. You need to be peaking, not slumping.
yeah, I get that. I get
And
that.
and it's
Donna.
scary to see Lords, who we invested a lot of faith in,
We did.
start taking losses to mid-tier teams.
We had them in top 5, and losing.
Yeah.
I don't fault them too much for that, but
It's numbers.
Madonna's only lost to like Grace.
Bro, Madonna is great.
Yeah.
Madonna is great.
It might be too low, really. But
They probably are. Oregon Tech, they're one of the shining stars in Cascade, and man, I'd like to see. I have not seen the Oregon Tech College of Idaho matchup. I would love to. Some of these games that, for whatever reason, you can't watch them. They hide behind paywalls or whatever. So I would really. I think that would be a really good game to watch. It probably will happen in conference tournament. I'm betting that's championship game.
looking forward to this year's.
No, I'm
conference
betting
tournament.
that's championship game in Cascade. Not really betting, but
no,
kind
I get you.
of fake betting.
At the bottom here of the top 25,
Man,
Montana
there's
Tech,
so many
Marion
ways
move
to
in.
go.
There really are. Man, we spent a lot of time looking at these teams, and obviously a big matchup with Marion coming up tonight against Bethel.
Yep.
So 21 and versus 24 in hours. Both 6 lost teams in the Crossroads League. Similar schedules, almost identical, really, if you think about it. And right now we have Bethel winning that, but
Bro, that is such a
see
huge
Marion
game
winning.
tonight.
I can see the path. It is
Oh
not.
my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
is.
goodness. Everyone, all eyes need to be on that game. Now the problem is you got 2 really good teams in the NAIA beating up on each other.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Marion. Man, Bethel is a tough out.
They are.
They're a very, very tough
Their
out.
losses are to teams ahead.
And,
Grace, Indiana West, Oregon Tech, right? Like Bethel's gotten really close, and that's why they're up there. And so, kind of on this this kind of 20 to 25. Also, just since we're talking about it, playing tonight, Ave Maria, Florida Memorial. Huge game.
Huge for the
as
Sun.
far as that conference is basically.
It's funny because I talked to a lot of folks. It's like a 50-50 split. Say out of 100 people, it's like almost dead 50-50 believers in the Sun and believers that the Sun is not really. They're not really that good. And
I can't tell.
man, it is hard. That one's tough. That one's tough because I think Kaiser's decent. I think they're hard out for a lot of top teams in a lot of conferences, but they're fourth and not even a great fourth. But they have one of the better players in the nation on that team. So they're not. We can't even mention them in the top 25. But that's going to be a crazy conference tournament. The Sun is going to be crazy. It's excuse me. It's not going to be real crazy in Cascade. It's not going to be real crazy in 10, 11, 12, 13 of the conferences. You're not going to really have a crazy kind of outcome. It's just going to be what it is.
No one's going to be surprised when Langston wins their conference. Oklahoma Wesleyan has I guess they'll play Southwestern again, but that'll be. It wouldn't surprise me, either of those teams, right? Sun,
I'll be disappointed if it's not
Kaiser
Oklahoma Wesleyan Southwestern.
Yeah.
I'll be highly disappointed. That there is no reason it shouldn't be that. I can hear all the coaches, but you're jinxing us. So what? I mean,
better.
you guys are
especially Southwestern. They're actually the jinx. You got to be careful with Southwestern.
They're
that little black cat jinx. I
love that. I love that Halloween cat on the court.
On the court,
so fun to watch.
So unique. So unique. So, did you ever look
Like,
at some of the recent tweets?
I don't think there's a
that we-
close third. Okay, hold on.
He's-
Are we
yeah.
done?
I mean, we got to the bottom of the. unless you
Montana
want-
Tech's there. I mean, I struggle with Montana Tech. They have
Okay,
a lot of good fundamentals. I think they have a high IQ game.
Coach's poll got him top 10. You got him at 23. That's
They're
ways.
just not a top 10 team. There's no way. No way.
Man.
They're good, but they're not that good.
Oh man, they would beg to differ. Zach, are
Yeah.
you on their schedule? Is that what you're on?
that's
All right,
something
hang
I
on.
was looking at.
I'll put this on the screen here. So
Okay, all right, let's do that.
the
I wanna see
Portland
it.
Bible.
Who?
Uh,
Okay, come on.
okay, that's cupcakes with extra icing on it right there. Dickinson State. You don't.
They lost.
I know.
Okay.
3-point loss. 3-point loss to Vanguard.
Vanguard, come on. Come on.
Antelope
on.
Valley,
Mm.
which they might win their
Mm-mm.
conference,
No,
but
okay. All right.
well,
Whatever.
if you're gonna lose, at least make it someone who's gonna win one of the conferences. Like if
Bro,
Providence, ooh,
you lose into, I don't even, I
I
can't
know.
even say those things.
I don't- yeah,
Like, there's some losses that Antelope Valley just absolutely can't have.
yeah,
They're winning almost 20-point games.
yeah.
Bro,
Well, they
okay.
avenged their Providence loss. Okay, so they lost on the 20th by 11, but they went back and they pounded Providence. Wow, they
Yeah.
destroyed them.
that's
so,
weird. That is
they
weird,
went-
that kind of disparity.
Yeah, that is. But that's what makes it tough to
Okay,
evaluate
yeah,
them.
so good. Yeah, good
I
for
mean,
them. That's what they were supposed to do.
That's. But
Uh,
they're top 25. We'll see what
achievable.
they do rest of the way.
Yeah.
But
So, and we talk
They'll-
about
they'll
we
be in the
need to give
tournament.
credit. We need to
Yeah.
give credit for coming down the end, playing well in January, February, and especially February. This is when everybody, gets tired.
Yep.
Are you playing good when you're tired?
Right.
And
I mean,
Just
yeah,
when techniques come in.
and it
Yeah.
matters. I mean, we're a month away from someone holding up a trophy. Like it is coming up quickly here
that's-
at the end of the
that's
season. So
wild.
I know,
That is-
but
yeah,
it's
it's
you're
quick.
kind of fooled because there's no
I'm
conference
excited.
tournament. But it's gonna just the
I'm so
dominoes will
excited.
fall. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Anyway.
And right now, I guess you are kind of playing for seeding. And remember, coaches poll, we kind of jank on it a little bit, but it is what it is. And these guys, they know what they're talking about as far
Yep.
as when they eye test things. But there's only so much they could do. These guys are busy. They don't have time to evaluate other outside, and it's tough. It's a tough job. And then you got a lot of bias on your own conference and all those kind of things. So I get it. I gotta I gotta compartmentalize because I hear from a lot of coaches, and boy, they they're not bashful about giving me the business.
well, you're also coming on Twitter saying stuff like Grace is guaranteed winning every game this season,
somebody
doing
prove me
something
wrong.
that has only happened
Somebody
once
prove me wrong.
in
That's
history.
all I'm saying.
So, all right.
Right. All right. So you're going to go to
so
hot
we-
takes on
yeah,
Twitter?
well, we after last episode, and we'll post this ranking on CSN_NAIA. But so we just posted it, right? Indiana Wesleyan moves up to 2. Who's new in the top 25,
Okay.
and you had some.
I haven't seen. I probably should pay a lot more attention.
I had a reel in. How we feeling about it? And he goes, not sure about the disrespect for College of Idaho.
Okay.
Also, Indiana Wesleyan
I thought we
shouldn't
talked
even
about
be in the top 10, which goes against both the coaches' poll
Bro.
and our poll. After a 37-point loss on home court, much less
Yes.
number 2.
Doesn't
And
know.
we, we'll get to his reply in a second here, but we had Grace fan here go, appreciate the love for Grace, but,
Admitted
trust me.
bias. That's great.
So in contrast, one's like, hey, I know how well and loaded just College of Idaho is. They won the national championship. I know you said it was the easiest bracket for them to get through, but at any rate, they did win, and they're still concerned.
All right,
it's
yeah.
not over. All right,
Yeah.
There's still a chance until someone beats them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
feel
we
you.
had to go back to it was I he said 30 some. It was 28 point. Okay, it's 28. It's still a lot though. Like.
It is a
Grace
lot.
definitely
It
showed
was
up
actually
and said,
27, I think.
27.
So I
But
can't
they
remember.
showed up and said, "Hey, this game, we're putting no doubt in the
Yeah.
Raiders' minds. We are the best team in the
Maybe it was
Crossroads
20.
and the country." But anyway, no disrespect. So you said no disrespect, College of Idaho. They can't control how strong they're. Which
true.
is true. You can't.
Yeah.
You get what you get.
That's true.
But what would their record be if they played in Crossroads? Now this is
Bro,
important because when you're
L's.
going through
There'd
the
be a lot
rankings,
of red L's in there.
well, they've got two so far. Yeah, two so far. But anyway,
Yeah.
someone brought up, hey, no love for GSAC out west there, Golden State Athletic Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, John, you want to quickly explain why Golden State doesn't get any love? Zach, you got the standings?
Yeah.
If you can.
All right, let's bring that
Have
up,
'em up.
right?
Yeah,
Because
all right.
everybody's mid-tier.
All right. Everybody's mid-tier. All right, so we got the Masters on a hot
mid-tier.
streak right now. Arizona Christian.
Mid-tier.
The Ottawa team that took College of Idaho 1 point last year, who's also
Mid-tier.
doing okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying just
Mid-tier.
mid-tier.
Yeah.
Jessup
All of
also
these
tied
teams
for
are
second or third. Yeah, second place. Jessup 7-4 in conference.
Yeah.
You're just
yeah.
saying mid-tier. You just
Yeah, put them
the
in
whole-
the top 3 or 4 most competitive conferences in the NAIA. And
Wow.
They they're going to get destroyed.
man. Well, so not much love in the top 25 anyway, Alex. I think there is some I mean
y'all
they've
feel
shown
free to
that-
share your opinion, but
I was gonna say
I mean,
that
that's just
conference
the
has
way I
shown
see
they
it.
can make a run, but you're saying right now mid-tier they don't have a team that deserves to be in top 25 because of all the losses. Is that what it is? 19-6, 18-7, 18-7. Just not.
I'm looking at outside
Yeah, the
conference
conference wins
losses.
and losses.
They're losing to mid tiers
Yeah. Well.
left and right. I mean,
All right.
You
okay,
say there's not a dominant team in that conference
No.
either.
no,
There's
not when
well,
you
it's because
on the
there's
whole,
four
on the
four
whole,
tied
no.
for first, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
Masters has the. I mean,
So
they're first. We'll give them credit.
Yeah, it's really complicated because GSAC and then
GPAC.
GPAC
Yep.
have a lot of the same problems. A lot of mid-tier teams,
Yeah. 3 at
nationally,
12-4 and 11-5. Yeah.
beating up on each other.
Yeah.
That's great for parody and storylines and things like that, and a lot of fun. I think a
Yeah.
lot of fun if you're a fan,
Yeah.
especially like a conference fan.
Yeah.
And it makes it gives a lot of drama, and that I mean I'm not against any of that. But we got to keep it real, and there's no one team that you can benchmark, and this is why you look at the Sooner. All right, let's
Yeah.
take the Sooner because
I
they have.
was
Langston.
just about to say the Sooner the Sun
Yeah.
kind of have the same thing going on right now. It's
Yeah,
like
I don't
4 or
even know
5
about
teams
the
at the
Sun.
top.
I mean I'm.
There are 4 teams
I-
that could win the Sun. I mean,
No, but in the Sooner you have a Langston.
you do.
Crossroads,
That
you
is-
have a Grace, right?
Yeah.
And now you kind of have a benchmark of you can look and say how good because Langston is
and they play everyone
really
twice.
really good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they
You
could
get-
be
yeah, you got
anybody.
data.
I mean, if there's a team out there that can beat Grace, it's definitely Langston. Langston.
Yeah. No. yeah.
I'm not going to be
I think
in
they'll give 'em the best
shock
game.
if that happens. I don't think it will happen, but I'm not going to be a shock if it happens. They are extremely good. There are guys that don't get all the attention on Langston's team that I think provide the best safety blanket for them. I.e., I don't remember his first name, but his last name's Mosley. He's number 15.
Oh.
Man, that dude is unbelievable good in kind of the role they have. He can do a lot of things, and he does, but he's just scary defender. He can take it to the hoop. He can shoot. He can do a lot of things, and he's not one of those guys that is stand out and give me credit. So Langston has a lot of those guys. I mean, you obviously have Anthony Roy, who's unbelievable player. I mean, he averages 18 points a game. I'm pretty sure. If you just let him go on any team and you say you always got the green light, he's probably 28 a night. Chris Wright, hats off to what he has done with a lot of spectacular players, getting them to play as a team. That is a lot easier said than done, and he is doing it. And to me, he's definitely on the top of the list for Coach of the Year because of not just their record and who they're beating, but how he's doing it, like how he's getting a lot of elite players to play together and play as a team, and they're just scary. They're absolutely they can beat you more than one way. Hold on.
Well, I was going to say, you brought up Chris Wright being in contention Coach of the Year. I mean, if Grace goes undefeated, I think Coach Moore's got to get that
100%.
Yeah, I think he has to.
No, he is number one. Like right now, he is number one to be Coach of the Year. Especially if you actually do it, I mean, there is no way you could not give it to him, because he just did an almost 1% elite thing, by going all the way. I mean, making the run. We already pointed that out earlier in the show. So, but Chris Wright is right up there. I mean, and just depends if they go and win it all. Got to give it to him. Yeah. And he's got Anthony Roy, but he's got also a plethora of other high-end talent there that is not easy to I'm not saying the players aren't easy to coach. I'm saying it's hard to coach a lot of elite players, especially at this level.
And since he's gotten there, he has brought in elite players. They have been national contenders in Langston.
I mean, he's only been there 2 years, and they're national contenders each year. So there's that.
Immediate elevation.
So immediate. Well, like from the cellar.
I want to say they were in last place like a couple years ago, and now they are.
Maybe didn't win a game. I can't remember, but
very few. You're right. It might have been that bad. And so now they're scary. They're scary.
All right, so you have that in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Now you have a benchmark to go, okay, we know what greatness looks like. Where does everybody else kind of participate against greatness? And so it's real interesting. They beat up on everyone. Sagu gets a Langston win. Well, Sagu says we can play with the elite, but they also go – we can also lose to people who are not going to make the conference tournament.
So it just looks bad.
It's very, very interesting how that works, but at least you have a benchmark that goes, I can achieve at this level. And then there are other teams in the league that beat Sagu. So you can kind of start making a little bit of sense of the parity there. Where you look at GPAC and GSAC, it's just everybody beating up everybody. There's no outstanding. There's no way I know if we're beating up on good teams or bad teams. Yeah. Other than you look out of conference, and out of conference, man, these guys were mid, both GSAC and GPAC. So I have to go. We got a bunch of mid-tier teams beating up a bunch of mid-tier teams.
So. I was going to your point about having that top team, the Grace or the Langston. Or
College of Idaho or
repent
whatever.
And navigate the lies says, how many years in a row are we going to sit here and gas up Crossroads like it's the NBA?
Every year that they're good. Every year that they're good. Like, if they keep doing that, then you got to keep giving it to them. The tournament is a different animal for a lot of teams. A lot of teams struggle in tournament mode. That's all. That's just another thing. But you can gas them up because of their performance. Their performance speaks to why you either inflate or deflate. The picture. So I say, man, these guys are measuring up. Marion, who is fourth or fifth in that league, they give Grace a 7-point game maybe. I get them confused, but there's a couple teams in that league that gave them like 6-point games and had them down at halftime. I mean, they're saying, hey, we can play with elite. Now, what the elite does when you're actually elite is you delete the deficit, and then you win by 10, 12, 15, 16, whatever it is, and that's what Grace does. But there are teams out there showing they have the capacity to go at least a half with them, and that shows some upward promise that is worth gassing up, because I don't think most of the teams in the KCAC are definitely not Frontier. I even would say Cascade, definitely NorCal, probably GSAC. they're not going to do well against Grace and
I was going to say,
Indiana Wesleyan.
staying on that, you think there's any chance Grace beats College of Idaho by over 15 anywhere?
By over
home or away?
15, yes, I think there's a big chance that happens, but is it likely? Maybe not.
Well, Andy goes, yeah, it's not teaming the NAIA with the talent that Grace has. Kind of what you've been echoing.
Yeah.
It's very unselfish. Too
Yeah.
many weapons to stop kind of alludes to the depth you've talked about.
it's-
Bad nights, they're still winning
yeah.
by 20. I mean, I think that was the
Yeah.
closest is 7 points, maybe 9. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like it's 2-point wins. Like, it's
Yeah.
going to get down to the last shot. Like, they're winning.
Langston has a much better chance, much better chance at getting under 15, under 10, and maybe even getting a win if they could just be in it at the end. If they could be in it, like if they could be within 5, under 5 minutes, right under 5 minutes, man, Langston's got such a good chance at beating Grace. College of Idaho,
Play a perfect
no go.
game.
That's a no go.
Gotta play it perfect.
It's not going to happen. Two different levels.
Speaking
Indiana Wesleyan, I get it. They lost by 27. That's a conference thing. That's a confidence thing, and sometimes smart coaches just know there's another day to fight for, and I'm not going to. I don't ever like to say like a coach is going to throw. It's not that idea, but you're going to protect, right? So when you know the battle is lost, sometimes you retreat and you protect. You protect your assets. You protect all those things that are very valuable to you. I think that's what happened in the last Grace Indiana Wesleyan game. It would have been different if it's a one and done, and it would have still probably been yes, it would have been a loss. But it may have been, below the watermark of what Grace normally wins by. And you guys tell me. I think they're at 20. I think their average win margin somewhere 20
Sounds
to
like
23, something like that. So and so is Langston.
Yeah.
However, I think Crossroads is better than Sooner, and
24.5 point differential for Grace.
that's just unbelievable.
Langston's up to 25.6 now because they've been destroying teams last 2 weeks. I was speaking of Oklahoma Wesleyan
Since the loss, by the way.
yeah. Did that happen? Yeah, I guess that does have a bit of a change. They lost. I think they scored 50 some of that. They were like, we're going to beat everyone now by 50. That's the benchmark now. All right, Langston Southwestern, Kansas, less than 2 hours apart. Would love to see them lock horns at some point. Oklahoma Wesleyan Langston. So some KCAC Langston crossover.
I mean Langston's 100% lock.
We were like, there's a reason Langston will beat both of them by 15 to 20 points.
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the way. They do well in the Sooner, but you're saying against Langston specifically, Oklahoma Wesleyan, Southwestern Christian.
Yeah. And
they're not getting within 15.
There's a reason why KCAC schedules the bottom of the Sooner instead of that. That's something that we posted. So the reason is on that, and it's most likely in the context there. It's because I think the Sooner is kind of down, and they're not like bad, not by any means, but they're maybe slightly down. So it looks like KCAC. I think that we probably should have phrased that maybe slightly better. The KCAC, their schedule presented that they played the bottom of the Sooner in like Southwestern and Oklahoma City, Texas Wesleyan. It just kind of worked out that way, and they were the bottom. Like KCAC this year's schedule, they played the bottom. So,
but if they go next year and they're playing,
I don't think they meant to. Like, we
think
Texas. How can you think Texas Wesleyan is going to be at the bottom ish?
Yeah, they won it all like 4 or 5 years ago.
So what? That was back then.
Well,
But I will give value to. There's no way you think Brendan
it's a strong
Shingleton.
conference, and you're playing a team that's won a national championship in recent memory. It's not like you're playing
Exactly.
Goshen and it's Crossroads. I mean,
No, there's no
you're-
way any coach
How
in
did
the
we-
NAIA thinks Brendan Shingleton's going to bring a lower mid-tier team to the conference. It's just not going to happen. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't do that. That's a
Yeah.
it's an exception
It's,
to
it's
the
an
rule.
anomaly. Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Donnie Boswick scheduled Texas Wesleyan probably thinking he was going to get a really top level Sooner team. It just didn't work out that way. And I don't even think Texas Wesleyan's actually that bad. I think they've just had some chemistry issues.
To be clear, everyone, as he's talking Donnie Boswick, Oklahoma Wesleyan head coach, if we hadn't mentioned that. I think we had.
For sure.
But Texas Wesleyan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Wayland,
6, 7,
I mean,
8.
they're all kind of.
They're in the conference tournament.
right now.
now.
And again, I'm going to go this year. All that mid stuff, after Langston, they're all kind of upper mid tier teams in the NAIA. Science and arts, they're a mystery to me. I think they're so much better than their record.
Yeah, those 6, 7
'cause
lost
they-
teams in the Sooner, man.
That dude is a baller, straight ball. I mean,
the guard.
just don't know why. They have all the talent in the world. Mid-America Christian. I don't know a ton about them.
Yeah.
So I
Since
don't
I've
think
already
I've
said it for
even
Wesley,
seen
I
them
got to
play
say it
this
for
year.
them. They won it not that long ago. Within the last 10 years, they won the national championship. Like they can
Josh Gambling.
make a run. They
He's
have
a great coach.
Yeah, right.
He's a
Same
great
coach. I guess I should clarify
again,
that.
I
Same
go,
coach as when
if
they
you
did.
schedule, I don't know if Southwestern did Southwestern play Mid-America? I think they did. I don't know if you guys want to look that up.
Yeah.
I think they beat Mid-America Christian. There's no way Southwestern looks and, hey, we're going to schedule Mid-America Christian University and
Zach, go to KCAC
and go
standings.
they're going to be down, which I don't even think they're
Let's
down.
see
But
Southwestern's schedule.
so that's a good win. I mean,
all right, let's see. They did
okay, real quick. I thought they played Mac U. No?
No, doesn't look like it.
Was it Donnie? Was it Oklahoma Wesleyan?
I believe Oklahoma Wesleyan played USAO and Texas Wesleyan.
Mac U.
Nobody played Mac U this year?
Mac, you
I
played
guess not.
Oklahoma December.
Who?
Oklahoma Wesleyan, no. Go back to the Sooner standings and let's click on Mac U. Let's see what their non-conference
Anyway,
was.
the point is, just stay in context with the point.
Yeah.
The point is they're not looking at Sooner going, oh, this
That
is
forward,
we can get some cheap wins here.
Yeah.
And that is the opposite of what
Yeah.
they're thinking. They're trying to play ARC teams that will be highly competitive, and sometimes you just can't play everybody. I mean, you can only schedule who will schedule you too. So
well, at any rate, you're saying Langston has their way here anyway with
short
KCAC.
of in that particular tweet, yes.
Yeah. Sway says shots
I agree
fired,
with
but you kind of already kind of said, it's not about. It's more of just it is what it is. It's not an evaluation fully of the conferences. Just Langston's
yeah,
good.
not fully.
Hey, Langston's
I
good.
think Sooner.
Right,
No, well,
Langston.
if you want that, I think Sooner's better than KCAC. Yes, top to bottom, yes, absolutely.
Top to bottom, Sooner is a better
No,
conference
100%,
than
100%.
the KCAC.
Yeah, but that's not saying. I think we said, and I agree, that Oklahoma Wesleyan and Southwestern would probably be closer to the top. I don't think they beat Langston, but I think they give all the other top teams very, very big problems. But then you got the rest of the conference, which not.
Well, anyway, that was it I had on from.
That's all.
X-posts,
That's all the
tweets, what do you call them now?
the hate tweet.
Yeah,
It's not really hate tweet.
From
I
the
love
hate
hate
mail.
tweets.
I do too. This is
Make
good.
them
This is
make
great.
them
I
make
love
them
it.
more hateful.
I'm really looking forward to the tournament this year because I think we're gonna solve a lot
man,
of this.
And we got some big plans for the tourney. That's when we blow it wide open. We're kind of boring right now, but we're going to blow it wide open for the tourney. We're going to give great breakdowns, matchup breakdowns, and I'm just anticipating, seatings to be wrong, and
What?
yeah,
Not in
of
the
course,
NAIA.
the coaches poll win. I know. Coaches poll is primarily for publicity.
Publicity, yes.
That's the NAI statement. So, we'll
one of
believe
the
them
weirdest,
when we see that. I believe it's only for publicity purposes only, and I don't know why there's so much effort put into it though, because these guys really try to rack their brains. They're trying. They're definitely not for the lack of trying to make it right,
Yeah.
but nobody's perfect. We're not perfect, but we think we're closer than the coaches poll.
Yeah.
And
So-
but we get the option to move around every week.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're just fluidly moving things.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Yeah,
few
the
things
coaches
have
poll is
stayed the
definitely
same.
like, once you're here, we kind of don't want to move you if we don't have to. Like,
Yeah, it's
if
an
we
interesting concept.
if we can just leave you there, you lost
No.
one.
No. You could start off high.
One spot
and,
down.
like if you looked at our initial 25, it is really different. I would imagine.
Completely.
And
And theirs is still having like, was it Mobile in like the top 20? And I'm like,
head scratcher. Like there's no
they're
way.
not even top. I think they're like third in their conference. Like, come
What
on.
is that? Southern states. Let's see. Tennessee Southern. It's Tennessee,
Southern is
that-
Southern states. I
yeah.
think Mobile
Mobile
is
is too,
Gulf
right?
Coast, maybe.
Is it?
Research. Let's see exactly. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he'll check here. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. That's the Talladega Tougaloo.
That's Gulf Coast. No,
yeah,
go to Southern
that's,
states. I think Mobile's the Southern states. I could be wrong.
You are right. Yeah, it's Stillman.
yeah.
Stillman's the one I was. Which is second place, and then they're third at 13-4 in that conference.
is that a real second place?
I mean, well, okay. If you're going to put Mobile
Oh no,
in, how
okay.
does Stillman?
I'm just saying. I'm
like,
asking. I've
mean,
seen the conference difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In like
I know
overall, it's
why.
not, but
They're
in
saying
conference, it is.
They're giving a lot of credence to Mobile's non-conference schedule, but I mean, I don't know. They did pick up a win or two, but still, it's not.
Against who?
Click on Mobile. You'll see. They're
I'm interested now.
yeah. All right.
Because
We've
I've
piqued the
kind of
interest.
forgotten it. I remember
Okay,
I looked
Southeastern. I mean, I know recency bias and all that,
that's not a
but
good
he
win.
still lost.
That's not a good
He
win.
still lost. Hang on, scroll up. Spring Hill College 3-point win in overtime. William Carey.
What? Who? Spring Hill. Who's that?
Might have to look that up. But yeah, William Carey. I'll look it up here.
Well, Wood Carey is a conference rival, I think.
Yeah, but not a
So that's
top
a
three
loss.
team in the conference. Like,
No, but that's close. 81-80.
all right. Yeah, keep going down. Blue Mountain. Yeah, Blue Mountain's making the deep run this year in the tournament. I've got them going to the top 16 for
59,
sure.
54.
Man, come on.
Yeah, that's bad. That's a bad loss. I'm trying to look at wins though. Who did they beat?
Okay, Spring Hill is a D. I can't tell if that's 2 or 3. SIAC though.
That doesn't mean anything. Like, are they good?
All right,
Like, you
let's
tell me
see
they're
their
a good
schedule.
D2.
Spring Hill this year, they're 13-10.
Yeah, they're not good. Oh man.
And, yeah, I'm trying to see. Looks like D2.
Okay, that means
So-
nothing.
So a D2 team they lost to, but yeah. And then, the Thomas loss. Oh, man. For a top
I don't
20
even
team,
know.
if you're going to go and say we are a top 20 team, losing to
Yeah.
to Thomas, not St. Thomas, Thomas, William Carey, Southeastern.
I don't. I
the-
literally.
but
maybe I
scroll up.
missed it,
Don't they
but
have
I
a-
do
do they
not
have a
see
good
a
win
significant
somewhere?
win.
There's, I feel like I might have
where's,
missed one.
Where's the significant win?
St.
I don't
Thomas,
see
I
one.
guess. St. Thomas by
St.
21.
Thomas. Oh no. Okay. Early November.
But they lost to Southeastern. So if you capture,
not a
them in
good.
November.
Not a good. Not like. Okay.
it's not like you lost
It's
to
not
Langston.
Southeastern with Minix.
Yeah, right. Who's tearing up?
By
at
the
Morehead State.
way, yeah, man. Imagine if they had senior Minix on Southeastern team.
they would. I think it's safe to say they would be.
I think we'd be talking about Southeastern in the same breath with Langston.
They'd be top 10, I think.
Indiana Wesleyan.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. because the Sun's good
College
this year,
diploma,
like we think, but again, kind of hard to tell because there's not that standout Langston Grace in there. But
Yeah.
if you had a player like
Yeah.
Minix,
And I think
like
in our
all-pro
minds, we thought we were
or
getting
All-American.
a Southeastern Minix, which was going to
Yeah.
really, you talking about gas up the Sun. Like, oh my, yeah, one player, man, like the Sun would be looking totally different.
it really would, and because we'd also be able to see, like you mentioned, see how the Sun
you can
plays against
see.
him.
Yeah.
We have hours of data to look.
If you guys
over.
don't know who Riley Minix is, he's probably
Yeah.
one of the top level talents to ever come through the NAIA. He played 3 years at Southeastern, and he's now with Morehead State,
Yeah.
and Morehead State is overachieving.
Very good.
If for their conference, they're D1. They barely lost to Indiana in December. That kid's a very special talent, kind of like we talk about Elijah Malone. And hey, can someone tell me, is Isaiah Malone Elijah Malone's brother? Isaiah, I believe, plays for St. Francis. And
interesting.
I would like to know the Indiana teams. I mean, I'm sure Malone's not a
We'll let Zach go do his
peculiar
thing.
name. It's probably common, but
Yeah.
be neat to know if they got brothers playing in the conference against each other at that kind of talent level. I mean, Elijah Malone,
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
Anthony Roy, top players of the
All right, so
league.
that was it for kind of the tweets and stuff. We got
cool.
up next, though. John,
Yeah.
Grace going undefeated. You have the option to build a team to beat them.
Got to build the team. I got a team.
So how do you? Okay, but like, how do you? It feels like it feels a little bit like the Alabama football teams, where Nick Saban could just recruit everywhere and build his super team. It's like, well, how do you do that? Someone's already kind of done that by recruiting all these 5-star recruits at the the line, the quarterback. I know I'm going back to football, but Grace has that kind of quality team. Only 5 guys though in basketball.
Here's the problem. When
So
you build
how-
a team like this is the chemistry level. Is
how
not
are
gonna-
you? Even if you grab players who score a lot in the NAI, how are you gonna? You
It's
can't
not
just take
even.
the next
It's
high
not just
scores.
about getting the highest score or whatever. I think so. I looked through, and I would love everybody to kind of build the perfect, minus any player from Grace, build the perfect squad, and I mean,
They are brothers.
I-
Sorry to cut you guys
Oh,
off.
you got it.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
here,
just
let's see
sorry.
if we
So-
can,
So, well, hold on. It's funny because I think you talked to Chris Wright and you go, "Hey, well, just give me my team. Just give me my team."
just give him my.
Because
It's true. He's got a.
there
he's
you
got a
go.
good team
I mean,
over there.
and I go, okay, not definitive, but I'd like to build something a little more definitive around 5 players, not 7. And let's just look at each position for the position value and that player value for that role. My point guard, drum roll, please. I got Gus Etchison. I picked Gus Etchison from
Can't go
Oh,
wrong.
Marion.
You can't go
yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
He's nice.
bro.
Marion guy. Yeah, he's really
Bro,
nice.
best
Thank
point
you.
guard in the league.
Yeah.
Oh my
See if
gosh.
I got his stats
Bro.
right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
stats. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Let's do that.
All right, so he's my point guard.
22 points a game.
Can't
Impressive.
blame you. I can't blame you for
45
that.
from the field goal.
Yeah,
38 from 3.
not
3
bad.
rounds.
For a point
4
guard.
assists. For a point guard, that's great.
I'd like to see his free throw average a little better, but 3-4 assists. Yeah, man. Nice. I don't think there's a better point guard in the league. He's super nice. Gus Etchison from Marion. Number 2, this is an absolute no-brainer. Anthony Roy. He shoots 46% from the three-point line. He's big. He'll slice you up, man. His handles are not great, but they're good. And once he gets 1 foot parallel to you, you're done. You're toast. You're only fouling him. You're only fouling him.
Got his stats
I'd
right
like
here.
to see him slash a little more. I've watched 4 games, I think, from Langston. So, not an exhaustive. So his toolkit looks loaded. Like he can take you outside. He can just put you on his hip. He's big. He's just gonna carry you to the bucket and then shoot free throws. Like 5 rebounds. Let's see. 81% free throw shooter.
Yeah, so like when he
That's
goes,
impressive, bro.
which in the NAIA that makes him one of the premier like free throw shooters in the country.
I mean, he's a D1 transfer. So is Gus. Somebody correct me if
Okay, I
I'm
was gonna
wrong,
say,
but I'm
yeah.
thinking Gus
I was
Edgerson
about to
is
say
a D1
I
transfer
pulled up
too.
I just pulled up this little
Oh my god,
highlight reel of him, but
bro.
I mean obviously anyone can look good in
He's
the
so
highlight
much
reel,
fun.
but like
No.
if you just
Yeah,
watch
it
how he
doesn't matter.
moves a
You just
little
watch
bit,
him.
like
Pick a game, watch him. He works. Like
Yeah,
this guy's got Jay Will vibes. He just carried the ball, but
Oh my God.
Oh
he
my
just
gosh.
stopped.
Yeah.
Like
elevation, dime stopping, the range.
he does shoot pretty well. Like again, like free throws would be a little higher, but
Bro,
he's a
in
threat.
a closeout. That
Banks
was
were
lucky.
open there.
That was lucky. I'm just
yeah,
tell
he
you
got
that.
yeah
That's
he.
lucky. But hey,
Whoa.
it depends on how you view luck. I mean, he's
Yeah.
prepared, so he's got an eye. He's got a instinctive way. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? Are you
Sadly.
kidding me? That's nice.
I
I like
just gotta
that.
go back. Hang on.
What is this? All
Well,
like
It's the
one
lay.
team?
Lay. Oh,
How did that work? He just
That's smoke,
poetry.
bro.
he just
Poetry.
he
Yeah.
like
I think Anthony Roy would
Stop.
love to play with Gus Etchison. Like
Yeah.
that would just be like, okay, ballers. All right, 3, number 3. Who's
All
going to
right,
be?
number 3.
Who's going to carry that left side? That 3. I got Cortland Blake of Sagu.
okay.
I think he's arguably one of the best players, just totality in the NAIA. He's probably a top 5 player.
I got his stats.
Got
I've
it?
seen him a lot. He
22
is
a game, 51 from 3.
bro.
Really
We
good.
got a 3-point shooting
How
team.
many?
man.
How much does he shoot though? Does it? How many? Like
I think a lot. That's not like that's part of his game.
48 of
Like he-
94.
He's like a bait and switch
Did I
guy.
see that?
Like you think he's going to play low,
Yeah,
and then
48,
boom, next
94.
thing you know, he's outside and he's netting
Jeez.
like Larry Bird, just netting it up.
He shot 94 times. That's a healthy amount.
Mm.
And he hasn't. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
for
played all year
big?
either.
Are
But
you kidding me?
because he's got.
I mean,
13
at
games.
3,
Wait,
you're
is that
going to
13
expect
games?
it, but I don't think he
Am I
plays
reading
3
that
in
right?
Yeah,
reality.
13 games.
He's 94 threes taken, and he's made. Oh my goodness.
That's ridiculous.
That's what you want out of your shooting forward, though. I mean, you want him
Well,
to.
no, you wish. That's what you wish for. Getting it is different, and that's why I say he's got to be on the team.
Yeah.
Like
22.
he's on this starting 5. He's arguably top 5
And he's
player
going to
in
get you
the
6 rebounds and an assist just
Yeah.
for fun.
league. Just
Yeah.
for fun. That's pretty nice.
I mean,
I'll take 6.
Imagine if you.
I
played
mean, if
20
he had
games.
3 rebounds, I think he's
Yeah.
probably still on 3 rebounds a game. He's
Yeah.
still on your team.
He's
but-
also a very unselfish player. Believe it or not. I mean, 22 points. All
Assists
the
are kinda low, though.
accolades. That's not low for a 3. What?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
kidding
for a
me?
3. Yeah,
No way.
1.2
That's not
is
low.
yeah.
That's more than 1 a game.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't help if people make the bucket when he passes it.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, he can't. Right.
It's not
'cause
like
assists only
I'm
shows
saying
you
he's
the,
unselfish. I mean,
we don't have
assist isn't
sabermetrics
the
yet.
measure
Quality
of
passes to an open man, and they whiff. You know, they don't
No,
have that.
No,
stats on that
what
yet.
I'm saying is he's always looking to help his teammates shine, and I think that's another thing about Anthony Roy, and
Yeah.
and I would attribute that to Coach Wright, getting the buy-in. You got this unbelievable high, you're running a Bugatti type engine out there,
So
and then getting that Bugatti to share some limelight with the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis, that's something. That's hard to do.
So far you've gotten a player from Crossroads,
Two from
Two
Sooner.
from Sooner.
Oh, two from
Where
Sooner.
are we
I didn't think
going?
about it. I'm just looking at
I know.
players.
Well, I mean, when you're scoring 22 and 6
Yeah.
rebounds
All
and
right.
50, yeah,
I got my
you know, I'm
4.
looking.
I got my 4.
Your
I know.
4.
I remember who my 4 is.
Okay.
I'm gonna butcher his name.
That I know exactly who it is.
He's from
It's
Kaiser.
It's
Starts with
Victor
an M.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Vince.
Miskevich.
Viscich or something like that. I hate it,
I
man.
know
Sorry,
exactly.
Vince. Sorry
All right, I have it
for
pulled up.
butchering.
Yeah.
But
You deserve better, man. Yeah, his
Yeah.
stats are kind
There you
of
go.
like
there it is. Ms.
Miskevich?
Miskevich?
Maybe.
Witz?
I don't know, but that,
Witz?
you can see the name. He's on my team. I got
Vince
him.
Miss Kaiser. Yeah.
Yeah, I got him, bro. Look at that,
Dude,
17 points, and it's not like
16.
17 points and 16 rebounds per game on a losing team. There's a difference.
Yeah, right.
This guy's helping his team. They got a shot to get in. So
92.
it's a
And
little bit.
2.6 assists.
Yeah, 2.6.
He's
yeah.
passing too. That's what you want, I guess, if you're
Yeah,
gonna play
and so
Grace,
he's my
you better
strong
be able to
forward.
move
He's
the ball.
definitely my big Larry Bird guy. He's I think he's 6'9",
I was going to say, how
6'10".
tall is he? Yeah.
I think he's 6'9", 6'10".
I'll look it up, I guess. Let's
I
see.
think he's a big boy. And then centers, which they're not a plethora of true
He's
centers.
6'8", so
6'8", okay.
he's got a spot
I
on
don't
your, on your
care if
roster.
he's 5'8", if he's getting
If he's getting
16 rebounds a game.
He's closer to averaging 20 points, 20 rebounds than 10 points and 10 rebounds. Like, that's
That's
how high
unreal. That is unreal, bro. That's just like, wow. He's on my team, by the way.
Yeah.
I pick him.
Yeah.
And then centers, I was saying there's not a ton of like true centers to pick from. So I didn't want to lean into other power forwards, even though there's so many and there's a lot of good ones. I did kind of want to go, hey, give me a true rim protector, big guy, lots of blocks, good amount of boards, somebody that can, contribute to the scoreboard a little bit. Not all the pressure's on him. And I found him at Point Park.
At Point Park.
Yeah. Another name that's
Interesting.
very hard to pronounce.
what
but
River State.
Tupuola, I believe is how you say it. Again,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Just I'm a big dummy when it comes to how names go, but I know who you are.
Sean Tupola, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tupuola.
I don't see.
He's on St. Mary Woods.
Oh no, yeah.
You're right,
What am
yeah,
I thinking? Same conference.
like,
River
yeah.
States. My bad. Yeah. My bad. St. Mary of the
Look
Woods.
at us gassing up Point Park. And
Yeah.
no, he's,
No.
he's-
It's right.
yeah.
And it's why I'm so high on.
Yeah. He's 6'9",
Sean.
240 on his X account. He says he has a 7'2" wingspan.
Yeah. Like it is crazy. Like
Averages
he's a
12
great rim protector,
Dude,
and yeah, he's a hard
got
body
long
to
arms.
move. Yeah, man.
Sheesh.
7'2".
Give me that team, bro. Give me that team.
Does it
now
say his
I gotta
blocks?
pick a coach,
Is that on
but-
there?
Huh?
Let's see.
Does it have? I was curious how many blocks
Yeah.
he's got.
30,
50.
53.
Oh, yeah, 53 this season. Well, yeah, with 7'2"
first.
wingspan, I bet
Yeah.
you could just do this and you're already at the rim, close
Most of the
6'9",
battle.
7'2"
Yeah.
wingspan,
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's a
I mean, he's
it's leverage in the paint for sure.
he's
Defense.
yeah, basically have a
Yeah. I take that team to beat anybody else.
Did you take that one? So Grace is starting 5. Let's see. Zach, can you pull up there?
The Gibbs
I'm trying to,
brothers,
yeah, you got them. Obviously,
Elijah
Malone.
Malone.
We've talked about him at
I
length.
mean, they're so deep. That's what makes them so dangerous.
See, that's the tricky thing. Yeah, you'd
So
have to,
I'm
have to
just
start
saying, give me
picking
5.
reserves
It's
to-
only a 5-on-5 game to,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Give me 12 minutes on
Okay.
the clock.
Yeah. 12
I
minutes.
I get
It's a
it.
12-minute game. Just-
Yeah, I mean,
that'll be a close one.
clock stops, ball outs, and all
So
that
let's
good
see.
stuff.
You got a quick, shifty point guard
Okay, got it.
that can score.
I'm the
you
GM. I'm
got-
not the coach, by the
Yeah.
way.
Okay. You're-
I'm just putting it together for some great coach to manage.
oh yeah, the Gibbs. Yeah,
That'd be a fun team. We need
Yeah.
to put that.
No.
James, put that
Yeah.
together in a graphic and let's
Yeah,
post it.
we'll,
This is the team.
All right.
The team, you want the team that beats Grace in a 5-on-5 matchup.
Yeah.
You can't, no subs.
No subs. Yeah.
I think that's the team.
Can't
No,
go
no
wrong
doubt
with
though.
it.
That's gonna be a
Can't go
great
wrong. It's gonna be a game.
That's
That's
be
gonna be a
a
game.
man.
Definitely a baller's game.
I still feel like the maybe the back court on this team a little better than the front court. Agree or
Are
disagree?
you talking about on
Grace?
the one
On
we
your team?
created?
On,
in
yeah,
Grace?
this Grace Godzilla team. the one
There's
we're trying
no
to get to.
doubt. There's no doubt.
I mean,
Etch and Anthony Roy.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I bet give me that team and I'll take on a lot of D2. I'll take on a lot of top tier D2.
He's like, I'll win NAIA and then go to the D2 tournament and just make my own little run.
That's
same
a
year, you know?
legit D2
Yeah.
team right there, man.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of transfers, I think, of those
Yeah.
on that
be
back
fun.
court, but they're great players, though. They're really good. Fun to watch. All of those, all three on the back court. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
For reals.
Upcoming matchups, John.
Okay, yeah.
We're kind of
gotta
getting
watch. Gotta watch the Marion game tonight. Gotta watch the Ave Marie and
Florida Memorial.
Florida Memorial.
Flamin. Florida Memorial. I think
We got
eyes
I got
should be on the Grace
the
Huntington
Grace.
game.
Man,
But,
Huntington looked a little nasty
unfortunately-
last game against Mary. They didn't look happy. That looked kind of like they would like to.
Huntington, bro, that's
It looked like someone had just
the-
kicked over a beehive next to them, and they're going to go play Grace.
No,
Like
Huntington's the great.
Grace needs to watch out.
I call them the prison chain gang. Bro, they're just mean and
Yeah.
they
They don't care about you.
55
They do
and
not.
20 on that team. I
Yeah.
love them, man. I mean, the whole team's really nice, but they're good overachievers. They're going to be smaller than any other team in America, but they play
Zach Goodline. That's right, Goodline,
big.
55, and Lane Sparks. Yeah, those
Sparks and Goodline. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Bro, give me those. I like those guys on my team as well.
I'm a Marion playing tonight, hosting or at Bethel.
That's Bethel, Marion.
Huge game in that conference.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I think,
Actually, there's one there. Lawrence
what's
Tech.
CSPI?
Be careful, Lords. Be careful. CSPI on.
Lawrence Tech's got a couple good wins.
That's what I'm
lately.
saying. You got to be. You cannot.
Lords
sleep
is
on
on
these teams.
a down kind of a slump, and
Yeah.
Lawrence Tech seems to be maybe on a heater.
Yep. Be careful.
So-
Be careful. And there, Lords. Who are you
I think
asking?
Lords wins that though.
I think
do
so.
think Lords wins that. They got it. That's a kind of a gotta win. It's a bounce back, man.
Yeah.
Too many bogeys. Got to bounce back with a birdie at some point.
Yeah. Lawrence Tech probably prefers they've been winning a little bit before going to play them. They can sneak
Mhm.
up on them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Who are you asking to look up on CSPI? You were saying a team?
What's CSPI predict? Marion, Bethel. Probably
that's
Bethel.
close. Marion is at 471 and Bethel's at 458.
So
In fact, it's actually on there.
So
yeah.
if you do the
if I
logarithmic,
do-
which everybody didn't understand that, but that's a 2-point game. That's anybody's game.
Yeah.
So
It's close.
um,
I mean, it's one shot. I mean, who knows?
yeah, it's
knows
going to be
at
a,
that point?
a close game.
Yeah.
Bethel is bigger by a little bit, but Gus Etchison and Ames.
Yeah.
Ames is coming on. Like he's coming on. He's getting
Yeah.
better and better. They cannot
Slow down a
have
bit, yeah.
a poor performance from Ames and beat Bethel. That's just all there is to it.
Yep.
Because the Bethel bigs are going to be a little too tough. You're going to have so many names to remember. Ames and the other big guy for Marion, which is 42.
Yeah. Let me go. look
They're
at
both
that.
going to have to play really good games. Really good games. You know what you're going to get from Gus. Oh, Gizzy. Gizzy
yeah.
from
Yeah, man.
oh, he's I love that guy, man. He's just blue collar, work hard, get you 15 to 17 points a game. He's deadly from the three. He can take it to the
Yeah.
bucket.
Were you were asking who on Marion? The
I think his
Ames
number's
is the center.
42. He's a big.
Nolan Foster. Yeah, 6'10",
Yeah.
225.
Yeah, he's got to play big. He's got to tonight. They need
and
him
Ames
to
is
come
pretty
through.
tall too.
Ames is a big guy.
6'11", 250.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's
He's a big guy.
He's a,
But
he's a five.
they
Yeah.
trade off. They don't run a twin tower concept that I've seen. They do good old fashioned substitution for centers and try to wear you down that way. They just both against Bethel, because Bethel is long almost at every position. So that's what makes them so tough. They got a big kid named James Anderson, who I think should be playing better than he is, but I've heard that he's lost 80 pounds. He's big, man. He's a big dude,
Still a big dude.
And he's a little more muscular looking. But I don't know if losing all that weight so fast has helped him or hurt him. So he looks like he could be all world, and then sometimes it looks like he just kind of gets in the background and gets lost. So Bethel, otherwise, if they could get really consistent, I think Bethel is another threat to do the OUAZ thing last year. Really get close. Really get close.
Yep.
So, and that's third place, maybe fourth place of Crossroads.
Yep.
So that's why we gaslight Crossroads, because they're tremendous.
Gas, not gaslight.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we gassed them up. My bad.
That's all right.
I was just envisioning some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday.
They're good. I mean, there's I don't necessarily want them to be that good, but they're just that good. I'm a Carolina boy. I'm not allowed to like Indiana basketball.
Well, but I guess there's not as much NAI in North Carolina right now, and what's there is not quite to the
I
quality.
think here's controversy. I think possibly Marion has the best starting five in Crossroads. Man, they're not the best, but I think they're almost tied with Grace.
They're the second best.
They're the second
Do you
best.
mind saying second best?
No, I don't have a problem with saying second best. Marion's got the second best starting five.
And they're close.
But
There's not a
100%.
big gap between
There's not a
them
huge
and,
gap. There's not a huge gap.
I mean, I like Marion, but I mean Ames is not Elijah Malone.
No, but on the whole, I mean, you got to look at the whole team. Don't just do one matchup.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, listen.
I mean, I think Marion played the closest the game
Maybe.
against Grace this year. I believe it was 77,
I don't
70,
know.
something like that. Like, it was close.
I'm just
But-
going through kind of an optics and a little bit of data check on them, on averages for first half. Like, it's so hard because Grace is so deep. And
They
it's
are.
unfair to just say deep. Like, they're so good at being deep.
Yeah.
And when you got the best player in the nation only having to play 23, 24 minutes a game, what a luxury.
Yeah. Oh, they must love it. To
What a
beat teams by
luxury.
20, 30 and
Like,
only have to
they're
play basically
set
half the
up
game.
to just do different things in this big marathon tournament. So, there's a lot of reasons I'm big on it. But
Yeah.
I'm very high on the coach at Marion. Marion.
Yeah.
So a mark of a great team is what are the players doing when they don't have the ball? If you guys will watch Marion, anybody can watch them, so it's not like a secret. But just watch what Marion
Heady.
does without the ball. Like, every player. Like, what are they? They're always doing intentional things, and first of all, you got to get players to do things without the ball, not just get static and stand there. It's a bad habit in a lot of teams I've seen in the NAIA. Not a ton of movement. I even think in the D1 it's changed so much. Like there's a lot of standing around. You will not see standing around on a Marion team. They just wear you down. They make you want to go to a zone, and then they start hitting threes, and they just wear you down. They're very dangerous. They're just not super deep. So tons of talent. They know how to play the game of basketball. Well coached. One of the best coaches in the NAI. And I don't even know who he is. I'm making that.
I was looking it up. Scott Heady. Heady. Okay. He's a high school legend in Indiana, apparently.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Indiana
Carmel
legend,
High School. He led the Greyhounds. Good. Yeah.
So
back-to-back 4A state champs. So I mean, he's
okay. Yeah, he's got some history. So I'm just telling you that guy knows what he's doing because I can see how the players are playing.
He was 141 and 38 there. Not bad. Not bad at all.
That's strong.
That's 78%.
I think he's doing good things at Marion.
Yeah. And Marion, well, they've been to the tournament every year. He's coached there, so there
you go.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And good.
There you go, gaslighting the crossroads. Actually, gaslighting them.
I was just saying, all right. So let's see. Games coming up tomorrow. The Sooners again, all these conferences where you got these teams all stuck at the top, like the Sun and the Sooner and GSAC. Like they're all we're seeing like not necessarily the top teams, but we might see 3 and 5 play. But if 3 wins, it can propel them. Does that make sense? Right.
Lindsey Wilson, Cumberland's. You want to keep your eye on that game.
Yeah.
Lindsey Wilson is another
Georgetown
one that has
this year.
just snuck into like tie for third, I think.
That's Kentucky basketball
Georgetown.
there. You gotta, they like it. They like basketball there
I don't
too.
know that I believed in them, and they're right there making Georgetown sweat.
Yeah, they've got the tiebreaker over them if they can climb up.
Texas Wesleyan, Oklahoma City. I think that game's meaningless.
Yeah.
And
we're looking at Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thursday. Tennessee Southern and Stillman. Tennessee Southern.
Yeah,
Stillman.
it's like I was talking about LSU, Shreveport, Xavier, right? Like these teams that are tied at the top of the Red River. You got auto bids on the line. Like these games matter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Reed Hardeman should be able to beat Cumberland there.
Yeah, that's
Mac Hughes, Sagu, and John Brown, USAO, Science and Arts. Like those are games
USAO wins that.
They should.
Mac Hughes, Sagu, whoa.
But I'm saying, that's a big game there because they're tied. I think for second, third, like.
For second.
And really, that Wayland Langston game. All right, I'm not saying Wayland's gonna beat them.
No,
just it's
Wayland.
Wayland can't sleep. They cannot sleep.
What do you mean? Why would Wayland sleep? What do you mean?
I'm saying Langston can't sleep because Wayland's going to go give them their best game. Like Wayland has nothing to lose, and they would love to, get a win against Langston at this point. They're tied up there with I believe with Mac U and Sagu. So if they can scrape and find a win,
I think there's a bigger difference than Langston and everybody else in the Sooner, and there is Grace and everybody else.
Well, I do think the Sooner game's a little more interesting
There's a lot
on Thursday than like Saturday.
Saturday,
the big game is going to be Cumberland's and
Reed,
Georgetown. I think they just played, but
wow.
Cumberland's at Georgetown. Yeah, that's what's kind of interesting.
Cumberland's been slipping just a little bit. I'm a little concerned.
Well, they just beat Freed Hardeman. I mean, top 10 team. Like,
bro, but I think Cumberland's so good. They can be, and they have been. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're up there,
yeah.
but I just would like to see them. I think that they're not even close to the ceiling on their potential. So, Cumberland's is really good. Really good. Ramey can shoot the lights out. Oh,
I don't know. Is Bethel at Grace a big game? I mean,
it's huge.
It's top 25 matchup, but
That's like, are you
It's
saying?
just, I know it's
Like,
great,
if you're
so I'm
thinking
just
there's
kind
a
of like,
chance, it's a big game in the
it's-
Crossroads, but there's not a chance. There's not.
I want there to
Bethel
be a
has no
chance, though. I
shot.
really do. I wanna see a team.
You and everybody else.
I know we would love to, but no, that's the
I'm just telling you, man.
yeah.
You got to play the game, obviously. So yeah, I don't want anyone to get hurt. I want everybody to play everybody's best. When it comes down to that, if everybody's playing everybody's best, Grace wins by 15.
Yeah, I mean the rest of these games are
St.
just
Thomas,
very ho-hum.
Maria, that is huge.
Oh yeah, that one is
That's
yeah.
huge.
Again, right now in the sun, every game is determining the tournament.
Yeah.
There's a I know Oregon Tech. I think they're playing Bushnell, which they just had Player of the Week in the NAIA.
He's good.
It's Oregon Tech though, like I just kind of expect them to win until.
Yeah, they better not lose to Bushnell.
Yeah, I mean all these games, kind of like yeah.
You don't
Baker,
if Oregon
Graceland,
Tech,
Mid American Nazarene. That maybe something there.
no, there's no maybe.
You say Mid American Nazarene's just gonna
That's 100%.
flatten them. All right,
Lock.
100% lock. We shall see. Yeah, St. Cat. Then into Rocky Mountain. Okay, so now we're getting these later games out west. Concordia Dort. That is a big game. Concordia is finally getting control of the GPAC. And they do not. Southwestern Kansas Wesleyan, 2 versus 3. Kansas Wesleyan needs that win. They need that win.
It's not gonna
They would.
happen.
Well, yeah, they need that for national tournament seeding.
It's not going.
But yeah,
It's not going.
College of Idaho Northwest. Come on, I mean they're gonna destroy them. It's just yeah. I mean that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
A lot of these games are. I mean Menlo Jessup again, middle of GSAC. I don't know. Maybe Jessup is tied. I think with the way that conference is set up. So I don't know.
Jessup could win by
Uh,
40 or lose by 40. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really no other.
Yeah. I mean it's. I think tomorrow's more interesting than Saturday, but we'll see.
Tonight and tomorrow,
Let's see.
for sure. Yep, I think that's it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then-
I was
and then
about to say
what?
unless there's a full moon on Saturday, but that's another week away.
Yeah.
So,
So,
but yeah, Grace Huntington's going to be fun. I mean, it's all mostly tonight and tomorrow. Those are the fun games,
yeah.
and we'll see what happens on maybe. I mean, obviously Cumberland's Georgetown's big, but like across the NAIA,
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, Grace has still got to play some of the
do.
Crossroads tough matchups,
They got
right?
Huntington and Bethel.
So if
yeah.
you're on that train that says you're really hoping Grace gets dinged, they take a zonk. I guess there is. I guess there's some hope. Like there is like a string of the tougher teams in Crossroads. So you go, maybe they get worn down. I'm gonna tell you this is gonna seem very small, but if you've ever played basketball in college, it's a big deal. What I'm about to say. Most conferences are going with Thursday, Saturday matchups. Crossroads goes Wednesday, Saturday. That is a huge, huge factor. That rest. Now, I get it. They're playing each other, but I think there is implications towards the end of the season that go, these teams are going to be stronger. I get it. Like last year, they didn't perform well in the Natty. Whatever. Let's see. Let's think about that. I bring this up now. Let's think about it as we go forward into this year. Crossroads, bro. I'm about to take a lot of heat for this statement right here. I guarantee. Crossroads should get 5 teams in the Natty. 5 teams.
5 teams.
Yeah, I know. Everybody just blew up.
All right, so you're saying
Um,
Grace, Indiana Wesleyan, Bethel, Marion, Huntington? Is that?
There you go. There you go.
I mean,
They need 5 teams. If you want a true representation of really good basketball in the final 64, Crossroads needs 5 teams.
Huntington lost first round last year, if I'm remembering, or
Oh,
second round.
So what?
But
what's your point?
I mean, Grace didn't make it to the final 4. I don't think
What's your
last
point?
year.
What's your point? That's not.
Why
that's
did they
last
get
year, not
5?
this
They,
year.
make
'Cause
the
they're
run.
great. They're great.
Man,
They're great. All those teams are very, very capable.
I mean, I say that as I've been gassing Marion all year long, but
well, I mean,
they
here
look-
goes
they
back.
look- they
Next
can
year,
look
maybe
so
they're not
good.
that strong.
but
Next
they
year,
look
they might not
look.
be that
I
strong.
don't know, but I also kind of go, hey, sometimes Marion looks lost, and
Marion
I think
doesn't
they- I
ever
think
look
they can.
lost. What are you talking about?
I'm not like when they go on these losing streaks and they lose in games they should.
That's because what game did they lose? They shouldn't. Like you could truly go, they
Click
shouldn't
on
lose
Marion.
that game.
Click on-
Okay, it's in January, February.
Oh,
Should be.
January, February. Oh,
Well, that's
okay.
that's
I
where
was-
we
I was
are.
talking about like Spring
Guess
Arbor.
what?
Was, ugh.
No, that's where the conference is.
I mean,
all right,
Mount Vernon,
that's where the conference
Nazarene,
is.
Mount Vernon, Nazarene.
Okay,
Come
they lost
on,
one.
come on.
You
That's
got
not good.
one.
That's not
You
I don't
got
mind
one.
that. And then they turn around. It's a 6-point loss. That is Grace's. Yeah, it was 66-60. I mean, the closest.
I mean
game of
that's
the
the
year.
one that you go.
I
Okay,
don't know
so
which
you-
team's going to show up in the tournament. I mean,
that's
they showed
not,
up.
No, that's not. That's dumb. That's only
I
happened
don't know.
once.
Huntington. Look, they beat them the 82-55. Like,
Huntington's legit, bro.
and they stomped on them, which is why I go,
Okay.
yeah.
They're legit.
Well, we'll see what they do against Bethel.
It's
tonight. I need
Crossroads.
it.
The only one, Mount Vernon, is you go. That's inexcusable,
It was close, but still.
especially at home. But I don't think you go, oh, Marion looks lost. You definitely don't say they're lost because they lose to Indiana Wesleyan by 5.
Well, no, but losing to Mount
Grace
Vernon,
by 6. I mean, what? Come on, bro. Come on. Maybe they got maybe that Mount Vernon became a trap game. And here's what I'd guess. It became a trap game, and they lost their way playing defense. It lost, if you want to use that, yeah, they got lost in the Mount Vernon game because it's a trap game. They were looking forward to Indiana Wesleyan, and they just did not tune up right for Mount Vernon because they're thinking, man, these guys are very low mid. We're going to roll through them, which they should have, and then they lose a close one. They lose it. It happens. It's a bad loss. Everybody's got a bad loss. Everybody except Grace. And I mean, Langston may say the Sagu loss is a bad loss. I don't know if I agree with that. It's only one loss, and I'm just saying, point me to where you can really say Marion lost its way. You can't. That is a tough conference.
It is.
Tough.
It is. And yeah, I don't know. Five's a lot. 5's a lot for any conference, even if it's a good one. I mean, it's only 64 spots. There's a lot of auto bids, or a lot of auto bids. Not that many at larges. You're gonna have to give them at least 3, right? I mean, I don't think any conference gets 3 auto bids. So to take 3 auto bids out of the I want to say it's 17 to 20,
at
something like that.
larges. 3 at larges. So
No, it's 26, I guess, at larges, and you're saying 3 are going to go right here in Crossroads. I don't know.
yeah,
It's definitely not 6.
I'm
I
trying
know
to do the
that.
math.
I know. Yeah, I think it's 21
So-
conferences. 5 of them, I believe, are
Yeah.
under the auto.
Yep.
So yeah.
If they don't, you're not
So
really
it's
trying to
37.
put the best teams in. I'm just saying, if you want to clean up the final 64, you want to get that kind of cleaned up and say, hey, this is our best 64.
Yeah.
You let 5 in. Just the way it is.
Well,
there's a lot of
bracketology's coming up.
conferences. Yeah, there's a lot of conferences that do not deserve auto bid. I mean, at large
Yeah.
bids.
There are a lot. Yeah. No, I agree this year especially. No, there are some conferences I argue don't even deserve an auto bid.
all right.
They
You've
got to
gone
actually.
too far.
They need
You've
to.
gone too far. You,
I see it coming.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
You
not.
took the
we'll save
filter
it.
off. Okay.
All right.
That's-
Yeah. Put
that's
the
too
filter.
much.
Yeah. All right.
If you're a conference, you have to get representation, right? So
I guess.
one auto bid. You got to get it. But that's part of that's just the way it works, right? Then if you want to clean it up, it's through the at-large bids is where
Yeah.
you clean it up. It's not you can't do much about the autos. It's for real. So you clean it up through at-large bids, and Crossroads this year deserves 5.
We shall see. We still got a Cold Conference tournament to play. We still got 4 games left in the regular season. See
I think
what happens.
Sooner has a really good argument for 4, could be 5.
Sooner's at least getting. Yeah, I feel 4's pretty safe for Sooner.
I don't know.
I-
I don't know.
Well, I guess
But
the
I
latest
think they
coaches poll.
should.
I mean,
I think they should.
it's only 2 teams in it, so maybe not. I think 3's pretty safe to say though.
Oh, it's 100%.
Yeah.
3.
They get 2 auto bids, and I'm sure they'll get a third.
It's
4.
It's
Yeah. It depends. It depends if GSAC
GSAC
and
doesn't
GPAC are
deserve-
going to get
yeah,
4 or
like,
5. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
they-
Like
they
what
don't deserve
are the
big-
Raiders, the ARC, how that's all going to fall? What does the committee look at?
Yeah.
Are they going to put Morningside, Northwestern, Hastings, and
2 teams
Concordia?
from the GSAC and 3 teams from the GPAC. And
I
then
would
you
be
can
fine with that, but I think it's going to be like 4 and 4. I think they're going to, or at least 3 out west. I think they're going
I
to.
don't
They're
think
going
the
to put
numbers
Arizona
work that way.
Christian. They'll put. I mean, they just put. Who they just put in the NAIA poll at the very bottom.
No,
No, it wasn't
Masters.
Manuel. Masters, yeah, Masters and Arizona Christian was at the end,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man.
Yeah. Cascade.
Christian.
I mean,
Yeah, but
man, yeah. It's going to be a challenge, but and I know people are going to feel slighted, but
that's how it's
it's
going to
just
be.
kind of the way it works. Like, you got to be good to get in.
Yeah,
Not you got to be objectively good. Not we
Mhm.
created an RPI that has a lot of bias in it, and then we create a strength of schedule that really doesn't wait out how the
don't get me
schedules
started on
work.
strength of schedule. You'll get me mad on how we're going to talk about math for the next hour and
it's so
how it's.
fluffy. Oh my gosh, it's pillow fluffy, man.
Man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but just listen to the Champion Sports Network. We'll tell you who to put in.
We'll filter through all that nonsense and tell you exactly who belongs, and we'll do that on an upcoming show. We'll have some bracketology,
Oh man, we're gonna do
have
it.
to-
We're gonna do it big. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It is.
All right. Well, is that it? I think that's it.
That's it. That's all we got.
I gotta get to my pickleball game.
Love pickleball. That's fun.
Yeah. All right. I'm done. If y'all done.
We're good.
All right,
We are
guys. Follow the X. X marks the spot, I guess. So, let's gas up the NAIA. Can we all agree to gas up the NAIA? Let's do that.
They deserve it.
Let's get everybody rolling in the NAIA. Create some noise. Twitter the heck out of it. That's what I say. Let's make some noise. Get your opinion. Don't be afraid. Stick with your opinion.
Yeah.
Who cares? No one's going to be right or wrong necessarily. So it's a lot of fun debating and getting the attention going to a lot of guys that really deserve it. Some great coaches, some great student athletes. I mean, more than average. Like if I look at all the other leagues, man, there's some great guys, student athletes, characters in this NAIA league. So they deserve it. You guys fire it up, man. Let's get it going. Until next time, holler at us. And we'll be back hopefully next Wednesday. Have a good one.